Hello, 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 hello.
Whoa.
We're back after a bit of a break because we couldn't be asked, but we're back. Culture Ultras are back. Don't say we can't be asked anymore because we can. So, with the old firm this weekend, old firm special. I did say. We can't do one every time because there would be 47 different episodes every year because it's the most played fixture in fucking world football. But the old firm special with the as yet invisible Ashley Palmer, who's not here, and my good friend and Vulture Authority press playman, Chris McLaughlan, in the Celtic shirt there.
Hello.
So,
Thought it'd be
yeah,
very
yeah.
typical wear a Celtic shirt for it, so there we go.
I thought I'd be as range as I can, wearing all blue.
Yeah,
So just a bit of balance.
it's as close to balance as we're going to get in it. You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm
James, if you do your Lazio fan impression throughout, we'll have total balance.
Well, I was going to channel my inner that man from Question Time who went, "I'm a proud Scottish man, Highland Regiment, Scotland."
In the name, we will keep Old Firm away from supporters away from each other. In the name of Jesus.
Oh Jesus!
Well, yeah, that's the
Highland
first.
Regiment.
It's the first. Is it this one? Coined as the Good Friday Agreement on Twitter by many people. Is it from the? It's not. They've agreed to have fans back, haven't they? But it's not for this one.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't think it's this one. I'm not too sure if it's the end of the season either, but we'll actually get a good atmosphere for once again when it returns.
Yeah.
It's been a bit of a shitter recently with it, but there we go.
How long's it been? It's been years, hasn't it?
It's 2 years, I think. They were always cutting it down after Lee Griffiths decided to embarrass Scottish police. So since then, we've had a bit of a trouble, but it's back.
Well, Lee Griffiths embarrassing Scottish police, as in being a bit of a nonce. Or...
Yeah, I was going to say not when he's messaging 15-year-olds, more when he's tying scarf to folk goalposts. But both are quite embarrassing.
Well, it's yeah.
Have you got many Rangers fans, Chris?
Yeah, I do. Shockingly, my mum and all her family are Rangers fans.
Wow.
So it's usually around this time I can't speak to my auntie for a while because she is pretty fucking hardcore. So it's always a lovely time. We bond over Scotland. We do not bond over the Old Firm.
Well, it's like the Champions League final in Bury. If you remember when you were with me, when there was some guy.
Fake news. I know that would say I disagree with how the story went down, but go on.
No, it was funny. Anyway, but after some guy heard your accent at the bar and went, "Oh," and then let me just talk about football with him. And then so he's obviously and he was turned out to be like from Belfast and like a Linfield man. So you know that conversation's going to go well. But he said, what? And he's like, he was being dead magnanimous, going, "Oh well, we were shit this year." And I said, "Yes, yes, you were." Which was it almost started a fight with a very nice unionist man.
No, I disagree with how that story went. I feel like he was a bit more on edge. Bury's it's a big army town, and then some lad in a thick Northern Irish accent comes up to you and goes, "Are you green or blue?" And it's like, fucking, you get off on a scary foot, don't you?
Yeah.
No.
It's what I'd like to see brought back is the. Do you remember when both Celtic and Rangers were sponsored by Carlin? And that fella stood in the middle of a Sauchiehall Street wearing a fucking half and half Celtic Rangers shirt. Bring that back.
I feel like that's what brought it together.
Right, exactly.
The same sponsor. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go on, Bobby.
Yeah, reached across the barricades. Shite beers.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
It does seem like, from what I've seen, the majority of what's what I'm looking for stick is aimed at Rangers fans, arguably, due to obviously the religious connotation, but also my favourite one of which a guy, was it Peter Lovenkrands, who the photo of his dog?
Oh yeah, the classic
and then
photo of the dog.
Someone then photoshopped his dog onto him. Oh, it's fucking brilliant! Fucking brilliant. It's just
We'll get that. That's in the thumbnail. We'll definitely have to have the dog on the. Well, as we've forgotten our new regular feature, James, because we're so organised. I know you as you're saying in the preamble, you'd written some down, but we'll ask Chris first. So, well, let the guest answer first, James. I've just interrupted you for no reason. No, stop. So Chris, right, culture hero, right? So basically, who is your favourite Celtic player? Not necessarily the best player, well, basically, actually, necessarily not the best player, but like someone who's maybe a little bit shit, or just had something about him that was like that's made him your favourite player, your favourite culture hero.
Culture for madness. It's always got to be Thomas Gravesen, done it. For any Celtic or Everton fan, it's always got to be the fucking madman. He's just an absolute hero wherever he went. James doesn't seem to like that.
James,
not a big fan.
This is a
Grav.
Well, this is Everton bias. Ignore the James face.
Of course, but any man who can move from starting quite a few games at Real Madrid to coming to Celtic and getting pushed out of the team by, pretty sure it was Van der Snow, pushed him at the team.
Van der Snow.
Yeah, Van der Snow. All I remember about Gravesen is he scored a goal against Rangers, looked great for 6 months, and then you could tell he just packed it in. Went from the great career trajectory of Liverpool to Madrid to centre Glasgow. It's get better than it, can you? Van der Snow's up there as well, to be fair, but gotta be Grav.
Van der Snow. I thought did Van der Snow score like a world in the Champions League? I'm sure he did. Or a worldie at some point.
He will have scored a worldie at some point. It was pushed
at some point somewhere.
Yeah, it was pushed at Everton before he fell off. But there we go.
I think mine for Celtic can be Alan Thompson. He always seems to score all the time. So it's important goals as well.
He was very good back in the day. Very, very good. Played left wing back for some reason when he was a clear left winger, but played left wing back. Got sent off against Rangers, I think 3 times. I think. And a few battles with Rickson, so it was always good. Always good. We have a ton of players who are legends, but shit. Panic. We're just filled with them.
Like Scott Brown's decision to be bald for 15 years is superb as well. In retrospect.
Yeah, my girlfriend Kavara, as you all know, really, really fancies Scott Brown, but I don't think she can go with him with the hair. I think it's just that intimidation. He just shaved his head for what turns out to be no reason, which I think makes it better. He's not even balding. He just decides, you know what, I'll try and look hard here. I'm only 5'8", but I'll try and look hard.
I saw some interview saying that he did it just to look intimidating, which worked. So
to be fair, he was a scary looking small man. So there we go.
What happened to the man who scored? I've forgotten his name. He's the winner against Barcelona.
Tony Watt.
Tony Watt.
He is also great. To be fair, I'm not sure where he is now. I think Motherwell or Kilmarnock.
But he ended up in like Bulgaria, and he ended up everywhere.
Yeah. He went to Sofia for a while. He went everywhere. He travelled the world.
Charlton, he played for a bit.
Charlton as well. The big ones. Bulgaria, Charlton, fucking Kilmarnock.
He was in one of them. advert, like, you know, them, not adverts, one of them,
Dundee United is that. Yeah.
like Ultimate 11s where it's, you know, do you know, like, where it's like where in 2002, like the Daily Mail went, this is going to be the future England 11.
Yeah,
It's like
of course,
Justin Foyt.
Yeah.
He ended up in loads of them. Like Tony Watt's going to win a Ballon d'Or and all this. Which he should have done, really.
I mean, all he did was score a goal, which, you know, the ball was played from Forster. It's not like he did much with it. But it really put us on the map for a while, didn't it? Put him on the map.
Yeah.
He's at Dundee United now. That's where he is. So he's in the Scottish Championship. So you can see his career really took off from 18.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah, Dundee United are in the Championship, aren't they? Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Bro,
I went with Georgios Samaras because, much like me, he was shit but could score sometimes.
I'd long hair as well.
A long hair, yeah.
Yeah, when he was on his game, he was world class. It's just he was only on his game once every 15 games.
Yeah.
He was part of the last ever City team that was like likeable as well.
Yeah.
The likeable City.
Karadi would pull the corner flag out and knight people with it as a celebration. Which is it's on par with Gilardino violin for me.
Oh, Gilardino's violin. Forgot about that. Fucking hell.
Sorry. Sounds like a terrible Agatha Christie novel.
Sounds like a really shit band you see on night and day, like just on fucking, just like first support 7 o'clock because Gilardino's violin.
1 2 1 2. Where's Gilardino's violin? Please ensure that you are comfortable.
The dad's someone famous. The dad was in fucking Only Fools and Horses or something.
This one is called An Ode to Luca Toni. Und that's what.
Nice. Taking the piss, but they'd be your fucking favourite band, James.
Yeah. Unlike that band, that have gone viral this week that did the cover of that Green Day song.
It was great to see
I messed up our generation. It's called Generation Messed Up. Fuck off.
They clearly thought very much about that song title, didn't they? They're like, how can we describe our generation as?
From old money to the old firm.
Segue. Come on.
It might sound like a bit of a stupid question, but have you attended an old firm?
I've not been to an old firm game, you know. I went to a lot of games as a kid, but they're always sold out. Like, always sell it instantly. I mean, it's easy enough to get tickets for, you know, I feel like I'm shitting on Kilmarnock a lot here. I keep mentioning them. But it's easy to get tickets for Kilmarnock, but the old firm, it's just impossible. No one settles them anymore. It's very sad.
Especially now it's all like home fans as well.
Yeah, as well. So it's just impossible to get them. Especially living in Manchester, you know, I've not really got the good old contact anymore to steal a season ticket.
Yeah.
Were you, as a Liverpool fan, were you at the infamous game in which you beat us 2-0?
No, I wasn't living in England yet, but I wish I was. That is... John Hartson has never scored a goal outside the box in his life, as far as I know, outside of that. Like, he is the most unagile man you'll ever see. Absolutely does carry her. And screams in from, 25, 30 yards? What a man.
Yeah.
What a boy.
Yeah. I believe that's also the game where a young Kevin Bridges is photographed as well.
The Huns scarf. Yeah.
The relationship, I've always because especially as a kid, my dad was like, "Oh, we've got like a good relationship with Celtic," and then I thought that is the case up until a couple of years ago, when there was like a testimonial, I think, against Celtic, or like a Legends game against Celtic.
Yeah.
And Steven Gerrard post Rangers scores in front of some Celtic fans in the away end, and then proceeds to celebrate in front of them and get sworn at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was nearly the first riot in a charity match, I believe. I've never seen it. Yeah. Coins tossed, not at charity, but at Gerrard's. It's even worse.
Alder Children's Hospital. Fucking
Go and pick it up off Gerrard's top.
the Battle of Bernardo's. Fuck off.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, go, Phil.
No, you go, mate. You go, mate.
It just seemed odd to me that, like, when you think about, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, for alliances within football clubs, it is a predominantly, like, I don't know, like, you always see in it. I always see in Italy a lot, like, oh, we're friends with this club, but like, it doesn't really happen in England. But like, obviously, Liverpool, Celtic, the "you'll never walk alone" thing, and so there's that connection there. So really, like, I thought, we fucked it now because Juan Gerrard managed Rangers, and he's gone to score in front of Celtic fans and go with them.
Yeah,
well, I always thought he was a Celtic man anyway, Gerrard.
He was
Before.
until he got a job.
Yeah.
It's a sad
Same
time.
to Joey Barton. Well,
yeah, of course. He was also a good Celtic man until he got paid their money. But they like hiring scouse criminals. You know, one punches in the game. Joey Barton's got numerous crimes. Rangers really have a type. Flannel.
Right.
John Flannel obviously has issues, is the easiest way to put it. Yeah.
Them Protestants up to it at it again.
What do you make of Brendan Rodgers? And do you think one day he will unzip his skin and a lizard will crawl out?
He is. I can't believe he's back. He's a fucking rat. He's just an absolute rat. The sooner he fucking goes to Saudi Arabia, the better. To be honest.
I think that is his arc, innit? That is definitely the Rodgers arc. He was
setting it up in the summer, wasn't he? Because people were having a go at Henderson, and he was like, "Oh well, people don't understand how it is. You know, he's a good man. I know him. It's like, just go and follow him. We don't want you.
Yeah.
We don't want you. You don't want to be here. This is like a match made in hell. Just leave."
To go to Leicester was like such a bizarre decision at that time as well.
Yeah.
Like, on the cusp, like, because all he had to do, like, that is that Rangers side going unbeaten is like one of the flukiest things that has ever happened in work, because that team was shit.
Yeah.
Like if you actually look, like that, they are the worst. They must be the worst unbeaten team in history, because there's no way. Other than Perugia in like the 70s, who finished second somehow. That's fucking worse. Like, I don't understand how they managed to go unbeaten, because that it was just Lennon incompetence.
Yeah.
And I've brought this up a million times, but one of the funniest things that happened during lockdown for me was seeing Neil Lennon on My Football Manager go to Atletico Madrid and win the treble.
Yeah, I think Football Manager didn't work out at the time that he wasn't the answer to anything. Because I had the same. I had like Inter Milan. I'm sure he did the for me as well. Like he should have been there. Just they always overrate Celtic and Rangers managers on Football Manager, because they win something. They go, "Oh, these must be great," and then you'll see like Clemence at Man United, and it's like, "Oh, great."
Well, it's like that with Gerrard. Like, a lot of you Liverpool fans are saying, "Oh, we want Steven Gerrard. How what a good of a job he's done for Rangers." They went to Villa. And, "Oh, maybe not."
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I was joking, mate. I didn't mean that, mate. He's not an idiot.
Yeah.
I remember Rodgers in a documentary when I was at school. It was like Channel 5 one that followed Liverpool.
Yeah.
And when he was first appointed, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a great bit where they sign Joe Allen, and Joe Allen signs like the contract, and then they're having a chat about like what squad number he wants to wear, and he's looking through the ones that are taken, and because obviously Rodgers knows him from Swansea.
Yeah, of course.
Joe Allen's looking through, and Brendan Rodgers knocks on the door and goes, 69. And it's the most cringe-inducing thing ever. Because like Joe Allen's there with his missus, like his agent's there, the representative of the club's there. He just knocks on the door and goes, 69.
He's a very partridge manager, isn't he, Rogers?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of.
Have you ever done the BBC Sport quiz, Rogers or Brent?
No.
It's exactly what it is. I'll send it to you after this. But it is exactly what you think it is. It's just quotes, and you have to guess if it's Brent or Rogers, and it's fucking impossible. It is. It's a shock.
That's a great game. You have to come back on and we'll do that quiz.
Yeah,
that sounds fantastic. Rogers or Brent.
The players showed great character.
That was a worryingly attractive Northern Irish accent there, James. Thank you. What was I going to say then? Oh yeah, as well, Rogers as well. My abiding memory is do you remember the original? Well, we were just talking about the All or Nothing documentary.
Yeah.
And where he has that row with like a 17-year-old Sterling.
Yeah.
I said steady. You said steady. You said it.
Raheem,
what you doing?
You know, I know. First plane back home. First plane. But boss, I didn't. Raheem, you know what you said. And then it's like a montage of Ian Eyre driving down the Strand on his motorcycle. Oh, it was a shambles, that documentary. Do you have? I mean, I assume you've got many, Chris. But what would be your sort of standout Old Firm moments?
See, recently there's not been as much because we've been quite dominant recently. I feel like 2 years ago, Andrew's first season was quite damning because I don't know if you've seen a lot of the discourse recently, but Rangers fans are saying there's not been a title race in 12 years. Well, 2 years ago we were in exactly the same spot, but we won, so it kind of made a difference. But no, I'm not even gonna go for that. Nakamura back in the day, like 2007, where we I don't know what we were 8 points behind, and Nakamura scored an absolute screamer from about 40 yards, and I think that's the same game. No, is that the same game? No, my brain's mashed here, by the way. I keep going for different bits. I'm not sure.
It's fine because it's better if you make a mistake, Chris, because then someone gets annoyed in the comments and it increases engagement. So it's
No, better one. Another one for the Cultures Legends. Do you remember Mark Wilson?
Oh, I don't know.
I think he might have
Mark
played.
Wilson, the one who played for Stoke.
I'm not sure if he played for Stoke. He played
with
for
a C.
middling.
With a C.
No. He played for some.
Now someone's going to be calling me a cunt in the comments.
Yeah. There we go. All I remember about the game, I'm pretty sure we won, but I was like 10, I think. Basically, balls come in. He's a right back. He never scores. He fucking rattles the ball. And I've never seen someone hit a ball harder. Rattles it. Hits Carlos Cuellar on the line. Knocks him out to the point where Carlos Cuellar has to go off on a stretcher. And scuffs in the rebound, and it's probably the ugliest goal you'll ever see. Scuffs in the rebound, bounces over McGregor, slowly. Carlos Cuellar's laying on the line, knocked the fuck out. It's a beautiful moment.
There's some great... I don't think any fixture at the Old Firm produces as many villains, do you know what I mean? So just then, Alan McGregor, villain. Carlos Cuellar, villain. But Celtic ones as well, like Scott Brown.
Yeah. Scott Brown, Lee Griffiths.
Dembele.
Dembele, yeah.
There's probably more Celtic villains, I would say.
Yeah,
just because Celtic, especially now. But yeah, just seems that it does. It seems to still have the what the rest. Wait, do you remember when say there used to be in 2005 or whatever? There'd be like a Liverpool United and Roy Keane would get himself sent off and do you know what I mean? Or like Martin Keown for Arsenal. Look, it's just people who get fucking leathered in. It doesn't happen anymore because of wokeness that's the problem.
No,
But it used to be
always
like
had a
there's
good
not
few
as many.
players for that. We always had a good few players for that. One that used to play for Borough was Barry Robson.
Oh,
He,
Barry
he
Robson.
he couldn't play football at all, but in all form game, he
Oh, I
just
don't
threw
know.
elbows. He just
Oh,
couldn't.
against scored an absolute worldie against Sunderland though, once.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. He could.
on the volley from outside the
hit
ball.
one, but he's more of a 1970s elbow year, whatever you go.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's one of them. Like, it doesn't look like he should be. How are you a professional athlete? Like how? Yeah, you're ginger. It's got an very odd complexion, very pale complexion, and you look like you've had 7 pints last
I
night.
was going to say there's at least 20 urinal shays at any time. Like,
yeah. There's but no, I think the villain arc of you know, so it's keeping. It's still sort of. It's probably the only game in British football still that feels like it has its charm left. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You don't really get the same of like Liverpool United anymore, just because of like I suppose all the sort of working class fans have been driven out, and it's all tourists and etc.
Yeah, everyone's a bit too good at. I would argue it is people are too good at football. People are too polished and all too nice, and there's no bastards in the middle anymore. Like you say, you need the villains, you need Scott Brown, you need that. Roy Keane was good at it, but we don't have that anymore. And like Liverpool United, you don't look at like fucking Alexis McAllister and think, oh, there's a man who'll do you. There's a man who you should be scared of.
What a Orlando. Oh, I'm scared of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm scared of his talent. Oh yeah,
Jarell Kwan. Yeah, like there shouldn't be a centre back called Jarell. I'm not scared of you, Jarell. You know what I mean? Jarell Kwan's Virgil sounds cool. Virgil, but Jarell, I'm not buying it. Sorry.
I'm a bit gutted. Well, I'm kind of obviously gutted. Obviously, there probably will never be an alternative foreseeable that allows rival fans in. But I do worry that, like you said before about Liverpool United fans being priced out. That I hope that sort of those games don't get priced out by vloggers who are like, guys, I'm at Celtic Park and the atmosphere is fantastic.
You do still see a few of them now. We've started getting infiltrated by it. You know, it's only so long before we have our own little fucking OnlyFans girl the same way United and Liverpool, all that shit have got them. It's really starting to scare me.
Astrid Selt or whatever. There you
go.
Yeah. But I think there's like you get the. I think you're at much more risk of getting battered at Ibrox or at Celtic Park if you're doing that. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you're at Old Trafford and you start next to like the fact, I remember actually last time I went to Old Trafford in the Element with my dad was Van Persie's debut against Fulham, 2013 or something. And I remember sat in front. There was a family behind us, like, "Hey, will you ring Grandad? He's here now." And then, and they basically rang up the family, and they were from the fucking Isle of Wight, like to watch United. Like, for fuck's sake, really? Oh, and then but it's just fucking, it's dismal, basically.
Yeah, I agree with you. So your option is to bring back the threat of violence at any football game.
Yeah,
that's how we get.
I think
back to the peak.
Exactly, violence. Good old fashioned working class violence. I think we will be much more if you just sat next to some Rangers dar going, "Hi guys, fuck off."
Yeah. Fucking see that again, you weak cunt. Fucking sorry. Sorry, mate.
3-0 down.
Sorry.
3-0 down at Ibrox, and you're going, oh guys, yeah. I don't think that ended well for you.
I bet Giannis has. He's ringing his dad to put his boots up. Sorry, mate. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. You fucking what? You cunt. Sorry, mate. I'm really.
Be surprised if any football vlogger knew who Yanis Hadji's dad is. So
Yeah. Very true.
That was very upsetting when Yanis Hadji joined Rangers. Actually, it's like, oh,
it was a sad time.
Your dad was sound.
Yeah.
I must admit, you've kind of got to know that no, maybe Honest Hardy doesn't. But if you're a player from the UK, you've kind of got to know what you're getting into, depending on where you decide to play.
It's like so funny. Joe Hart went to Celtic for me because it was just like he was obviously like England #1, etc., etc.
That's the biggest plot twist in the history. That man, you look at him and you just feel the Tory vibes coming from him, don't you? Or you did before he joined us. So it was like just a massive shock to see him running around clapping the Ireland flags. It's like what is going on here?
To go from like fucking from Dubai City, racist Burnley, and end up fucking at Celtic.
Torino, hadn't he, or somewhere like that?
He'd been at Torino.
Yeah,
did a bit of hopping, did Joe? But there's a like Cantwell, people like him. I used to quite rate him. And then, like, I thought I didn't like him as a person because he was always one of them who'd do a fucking stupid dance or something like that.
Of course, yeah.
Fucking this shit. I'm not into this. Yeah. But, like, and then, yeah. Like, it's why I always always had an irrational hatred for Marcus Tavernier when he was playing for us. Just because of his brother.
James.
Yeah. I don't like your brother, so I don't like you. Even though you're one of our best players.
What about Fraser Forster?
Fraser Forster.
I miss the man. I reckon he'd still start for us now. It's been about, when was his heady? Like 10 years ago. He'd still start for us now. Like, he turned us down probably about 4 times. Like, do you know that girlfriend who just won't go away, but you keep trying to go for them? That is us. Having a good loan spell, we keep having a bit, and then we just beg him to come back, and he just always tells us to go off.
But I also remember, was it post Ange, or was it? I think it was post Ange. It was before Ange, wasn't it? Even where like kept going in for Eddie Howe, and it's like because he's obviously got. He's obviously got designs on being England manager one day. So you can manage a team of fucking genocidal fucking Wahhabists, whatever. That's fine, no problem. But you can't manage Celtic. That will put an end to your England ambition.
Your reputation.
if you're stood there, Eddie Howe's there doing the fucking thing at St Mirren, while if you hate the royal family, clap your hands. He's just stood there like a.
It was bonkers seeing him get called up to the England team, and I think he was still at Celtic at the time.
Yeah, he was. He was the last person got called. But yeah, he never got a game while he was playing for Celtic, but he never was. Unfortunately, Joe Hart was there, which has changed things, going from saying drop Tory rat to suddenly he's now our Tory rat.
I've just remembered Paddy Roberts as well.
Of course.
There's another Borough Celtic one.
There's a lot of Borough Celtic.
And then he's gone to.
There's a lot. Scott McDonald, Robson.
Scott McDonald, obviously.
Yeah, I think you had Big McManus at some point, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, McManus, I remember Stephen McManus as being. The first thing I did, every football manager, release your shit. Goodbye.
Kenny Miller. Kenny Miller.
Do you have Kevin Thompson?
3 times. They had Kevin Thompson.
Yeah. He played for Hibs, that's it, not so.
Yeah, that was it.
Played in Green somewhere.
They signed Kevin Thompson, we signed Scott Brown. Worked out quite well.
That's not. Kevin allergic to grass Thompson.
Yeah.
Never known a man be injured more. What else was there? Who was I thinking of then? Fucking hell, it's going to annoy me. Oh well. Oh yeah, there we go. Chris Boyd as well, of
Oh,
course,
right.
famous.
Does he play for you?
Sorry, say again.
Did he play for Borough?
Yeah. For
Really?
like
Ah.
the famous why we turned down a 21-year-old Olivier Giroud for like £1 million.
Good decision.
Was because Gordon Strachan said he didn't have what it takes to make it in the Championship and signed Chris Boyd and Chris Killen instead. Fuck me. 21-year-old Giroud. One of the best strikers of the last fucking 20 years.
Not a patch on Chris Killen, man.
No.
Do you mind if we chat about the national team for a little bit?
Yeah,
No,
of
we can do
course.
national
Of
team.
course.
Chris is our Scotland preview, James. So don't waste too many questions.
Yeah,
we're going to go through that.
I am going to the Euros to watch it, so I'm going to Germany, so we'll save that till then. Yeah.
Come and join me if you want. I'm hopefully getting tickets to Romania v Ukraine.
Oh, that's a game. Yeah, well, we've not got
the human trafficking Classico. Let's go.
Begging my friends who don't like football to just fixate their eyes on Yarmolenko. Try and explain to them why this means so much to me. Well, okay, we won't ask too much.
Go for it. Yeah. No, let's go.
What I mean, obviously, coming off of not a great international window with 2 losses. How do you feel about that going in? Because I think, and I'm not just saying this for the sake of it, I think you've got the potential to pip Germany in that opening game.
I do. I just think we have a few players who we really need, and if we don't have them, we are just done. We need Callum McGregor, which I know is, it sounds biased because I'm a Celtic fan, but he's the only midfielder that can actually carry the ball forward from the back. Gilmore's brilliant, but just passes it, and then the other 3 are attacking mids. And Steve Clark doesn't seem to understand that Ryan Christie is a defensive mid, so just play him right at attacking mid. It's a scary time. It's a scary time when you're starting a Heart striker against Rudiger. It's quite scary.
Big Larry Shankland there.
Yeah, Big Lawrence. I actually like him. I would have signed him for Celtic, but there we go. We're good, but there's so many positions that were just absolutely awful. Like,
I think just for a laugh, if I was Steve Clark, just for a laugh, I'd just put McTominay up top to see what happens.
I think we should do it. I've been saying this for months. I've been saying it for months. He's the only guy who can finish. He can actually run.
It just he seems to just score all the time. So why not stick him up top?
Yeah,
stick the big lad up top.
I can't watch Lyndon Dykes. I can't keep watching Lyndon Dykes. It's going to send you off the edge. It's
Shea Adams still playing on it.
Yeah, but he doesn't play much for Southampton. He doesn't really start that much for them anymore, does he? As far as I know.
No, he's getting out. Yeah, Adam Armstrong plays him.
Yeah. So the very start Adams has dropped.
2 words, and this will solve all your problems out. Alan Hutton.
Joe, I still reckon he could do better than Nathan Patterson right now. He could do more. Get up and down the line a bit more.
Who's in net for Scotland?
Angus Gunn.
Angus. Oh yeah.
Craig Gordon not in the squad. He's still going, isn't
he? He got called up for the last one, but he broke his leg last year, didn't he? And he's like 42, so he's not starting fully for Hearts at the minute. He's a cup keeper. We pulled up 3 strikers for the squad and 4 goalkeepers, which was never heard of before in the national squad.
Rear guard action.
Yeah, 2 Hearts goalkeepers and 3 strikers overall.
No.
Good job, Steve.
Just put McTominay up top.
Yeah.
It seems to be a thing of international managers, though, doesn't it? It's like just make bizarre decisions that nobody's on board with. Like think how many people slag Southgate off? Steve Clark. Everybody hated Stephen Kenny. So other than Irish stars who were like fucking. Oh no, well I think we should keep him because he's a good man. He's a bit of a little dark. Right, fuck off. Shite. He's losing. We got beat by Luxembourg. Shut up. Fuck him off.
Someone said that the other week with when New Zealand got beat by Egypt. I was watching the game, and someone in the comment section went, "Oh yeah, but it's just great for the boys that we're playing a competitive fixture." I went, "Yes, but we want to win these games. They don't have Mohamed Salah. Oh yeah, but you can't take into account the effort the boys have put in there. You know, it's very really."
Well, they've got their treasure guy. They've got their treasure guy, boy. So.
This is a question I wanted to ask. So to hop back to Celtic.
Yeah.
You know, Henrik Larsson, Roy Keane.
Of course, yeah.
You're trapped on an island. No one can. But those type of players, like even it was Chris Sutton. There was a point where I kind of think in the past 10 years, sort of hasn't happened anymore. Where like kind of once big marquee signings, would come to either Rangers or Celtic. Why has that stopped? And do you think it'll happen again?
It's just over money. We refuse to pay anyone. I think the limit is Callum McGregor at 30 grand a week, which, if you think about it, that's like mid championship
level, isn't it?
Yeah. We refuse to pay anyone, and I think our highest ever paid is Edward, but our second is still Chris Sutton, which was in 2000,
20 years ago.
Yeah, wow. 24 years ago. So it's just we've stopped spending money. We've become a selling club, so it's not going to happen. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing now, which is sign young unknown players for 2 million instead of signing one good one for 6.
Yeah.
Which is
incredible. Does that annoy you that like you must see? I don't want to say. I don't want to say you've become a feeder club because I don't think you have. Yeah. But is it? Does that annoy you that it must that you see so much talent just sort of go and play in the Premier League and the fact
of course. I would actually say we are a feeder club now. But I think I think the thing is we could become someone like Sport, not as big as Sporting Lisbon, but one of these types who will buy players for like 10, 15 million, then try and sell them on for like 30. But we've got ourselves in this weird cycle where we will buy, instead of spending 10 million for 5 players. No, instead of spending 10 million on one good player who we could then build and sell on, we'll buy 5 pretty shit 2 million players who will then just fold, and it's just the hope that one of them turns out well.
Like maybe one or two of them be out flung on.
Jota or fucking Kuhn at the minute is looking really good. Hatate is just hoping one of them becomes good where we can sell them on rather than trying to build on it. They just don't build on it anymore.
I think if you look at it the way you can tell the difference, if you look at Viduka went from obviously went from sort of did he go? Is he Leeds then Celtic then Borough? That way the way he went, or did he go Leeds?
I think
Celtic first. Can't remember. Anyway,
I think we signed.
Anyway, but it's it was on. Yeah, he would have been on. But what I mean is, he would have been on a comparable wage then, wouldn't it? Whereas now, if you were in a mid-level, say a mid-table Premier League team, you'd be on double what you'd be getting at Celtic, the minimum.
Yeah,
but it's someone like Neil Maupay, who's who's the most Old Firm player of all time. Who's never played in an Old Firm. He's the Chris Sutton of this generation, just total fucking wind up cunt. I'd love to. He's one of those. You'd love to have him in your team. Neil Maupay. He's not very good, but he's fucking just a cunt in all the best ways possible. It's Because someone like him who'll be on it, who's at a London team, who's not like, you know, at Celtic or Rangers would do a job. He'd be on 50, he'd be on minimum 60 grand a week probably playing for Brentford, just 'cause it's in London. Whereas like it's just inconceivable for. Yeah.
What Wanyama always surprised me because he went from. Did Wanyama go from like Celtic to Southampton to Spurs? But he only had like 4 years, I think, come back at like Southampton, and now he's still could do a bit, but he's just running out his years at Montreal Impact.
Yeah,
and he's hardly on. He's probably not on as much money. Probably not as much money more as he probably was at Celtic. To be fair, playing everywhere.
Yeah,
I know, but I suppose players get to a thing of like, do I want to go to Celtic where I have to try and I'm going to get a load of shit if I don't play well, or I've just got to Montreal and no one's asked really. It'd be sound.
Yeah, I think that is one of the problems now as well. Like these players can like sit in the Championship where some fans aren't going to just straight up abuse them all game, every game. Whereas you make one slip up at Celtic. Like look at Mikey Johnson now. Mikey Johnson is absolutely fucking shredding the Championship for West Brom. And for us, he couldn't do anything. Like he couldn't do anything for us, but he looks like the second coming of Ronaldinho.
But it's a total different ball game. Like the pressure level of playing for West Brom versus playing for Celtic is just totally different, and it's like you're not gonna get harassed on the streets of West Bromwich if you have a shit game.
No.
Whereas, Whereas if you may get a bottle of tense at your head if you don't you have a shit game for Celtic.
Or in 2000, an NTL Digibox. Both teams were sponsored.
Well, that's a good spot. I love the now defunct sponsors though. The great like NTL, like Borrad Dialaphone. What the fuck is Dialaphone? Cellnet.
Yeah.
Great. So, like just seeing like the United old one as well. That's all. It's not defunct, but like you don't get sponsors like Vodafone anymore, do you?
No.
It's all just like gambling companies and fucking hedge funds you've never heard of. Yeah. There you go. You know what I always like?
My favourite.
I'd like Tesco on the front of us. I think Chelsea would work well with Tesco. Let's think about.
And quite frankly, every little would help as they sit 12 in the table. There you go. My favourite Celtic shirt.
Aldi, and it's straight down the middle aisle. Come on.
My favourite.
Absolute shite.
My favourite Celtic shirt is the one that I want to say 05, 06. It's like white, but there's a green and yellow stripe going down the.
That was. I didn't like that one. It was quite weird. It was just, why is there only one stripe? Like, it feels like more. It feels plain. It scares me.
And then the third kit was like a forest green colour. Oh, look well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's usually filled, whereas we don't really have white ones with just one stripe. It's very weird.
I think that was sort of era where Nakamura scores the free kick against United, I want to say.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Around that. I think he might have been the green. That might have been the green and black one, which is quite.
Yeah.
But it was around that era, like Nakamura, McGeady, your favourite man, Gravison.
McGeady, there's another man with a fucking excellent career. Celtic, Spartak Moscow, Everton. Was he at Wigan? Was he at Wigan, McGeady?
Yeah.
No, that was
Maloney. Italy, both places.
Maloney.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Sean Maloney, eligible to play for Malaysia.
He was born in Malaysia.
Yeah. Mental.
Of course.
Sean Malay now doesn't work.
Horrendous.
So, what are your predictions then going into going into it this weekend? Do you think you're going to take the 3 points?
I don't know, because with these games, they are playing a lot better than us at the minute, but they never seem to be able to beat us. This has happened a few times where they're on this run, and it seems like they've got the advantage, but they just can't beat us. I think it'll be 2-2. I think it will be 2-2. We're both not great at the back at the minute, and I can see it being quite an open game. It depends a lot on who Celtic play in midfield. We've got a few injuries. Whether McGregor plays is quite big, but I'd say 2-0 if I was having a guess.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for it.
I for one hope you.
Oh yeah.
Obviously. Not,
Imagine now if my phone fell and there was a big just orange background.
just like you just tap the scene and it just comes down like fucking loyal. It's like just a big red handbar.
Big DUP flag in the back.
Sorry. Celtic. It's also like I know everyone says it's one of it's one of the atmosphere just breathes onto the pitch. But it is somewhere that I would like to. So me feel after when the Patreon kicks off, I can make the trip up.
We'll do that. It's a good one. So we'll get like fucking Ross County at home.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to Ross. Yeah. Since soon as I found out Ross County was in like Dingwall, I've always wanted to go to Ross County as well. So
is it just the actual place Dingwall?
Just because one, it's like miles up Highlands, isn't it? Well, it's not quite Highlands, but just because it looked like, and it's called Dingwall.
Yeah, that's
I think Ross County'd have a lot more fans if they were called Dingwall FC. Do you know what I mean? I think they'd have a lot more international support. But
it brings some at
once. Or Scotland would be great. Because I'd want to do the challenge of seeing whether you could kick a ball from Dundee United's ground into Dundee's or vice versa. Whether or not that'd be possible.
I think if you punted it, you could.
If your weather conditions were right on the day, I think you'd be sound.
If you got some good wind, easily. Yeah.
Right. Chris, this has been an absolute pleasure. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter. I've actually forgot my Twitter handle. I think it's
Christoph. I haven't.
There we go.
Christoph Sean. There you go.
Yeah, Christoph Sean.
There you go.
That's Chris.
Stick it on the old.
Yeah, we'll stick it on the bottom. So
TOV.
Yeah, TOV. Yeah. And
Sean. Sean spelt wrong for some reason. Sean SHAWN.
Yeah, it's the English way, unfortunately. And I think it's just Chris McLaughlan on Instagram. I'm not going to spell my name again. Hopefully that'll be at the bottom because we don't have the time for that.
Just reminded me before we go. One of my favourite memories was when we worked at a call centre together. Me, you, and Jamie Hutchinson.
Of course.
Where's some woman on the phone went. So yes, I was speaking to. I've just had an email from Chris McLauchlan. Which always makes me laugh. She's got said my name right though. So my name's Andy.
She got your name easily, but me should just fucked up.
No.
Yeah. Anti-Scottish propaganda as always.
You can follow us at Cultures Pod on Twitter and on Instagram and on TikTok. You can follow Theon at Theon the Taser, and you can also follow his incredible band, of which Chris is a part, Vulture Authority. Listen to Joy Keane.
There we go. I've not done the tweet for that today. I didn't do that. I get fucking. Why I'm committed to doing this every day? Don't know.
Is your new one out yet? Is it Telesale Blues?
Oh yeah, April 5th, Friday. So it's probably out now. There you go.
There you go. And you can follow me at JamesAllen27 on Twitter and Instagram. And we'll be back next week with another podcast. So
And we'll be back. And James, we've not even teased it at the point. So let's do it now. At the point where no one is watching. Studio. We're in a studio next week. See you soon.
We will see you from a studio where one of us will be. We'll both be in a higher resolution.
Hopefully, probably.
Don't know why that made me laugh. But
we always do the goodbyes like saying goodbye to me, man. Takes about 7 minutes. Right, yeah.
All the best. See you later. All the best, guys.
All right, yeah. Right,
All the best.
right, yeah. See you.
Have a pleasant old firm, whatever your faith, and we'll see you later. And,
Goodwill to all then. There we go.
And we'll see you next week. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.